it's not just happening here in America, but the Pope came out. Did you see that story? I think we got it here, don't we? Do you have a clip of that? We don't have that clip, but we do have the story where the Pope came out and said, that's not that big of a deal. Italy's not having a problem. Let's just open the doors and let them in. Well, it's easy for the Pope. Here it is. It's easy for the Pope to say those things when he lives in a castle behind a wall. He said, Europe's not facing a migrant emergency. Countries need to open their ports. He pushed back against French President Emmanuel Macron and other leaders in Europe on Saturday. Said, open the ports to migrants. Now, there's that one, I think it's Italian, there's that one European island that has a population of 6,000, and then suddenly 7,000 migrants just got off the boat there. Kind of a problem. Kind of a problem. Boy, it really, it kind of kills your tranquil peace, That's sort of like, nobody talks about the 1,000 miles of smooth, luxurious sailing before the iceberg. But then the iceberg really kind of upsets things a little bit. And so he said, yeah, just open the ports. Just let it do it. We should be moved by these stories of so many unfortunate brothers and sisters who have the right to immigrate. Well, again, let them go to the Vatican. Throw open those big iron gates. Do you know how much security you have to go through to walk into the Vatican, bro? They will check your butthole. And then when you get in there around those priests, they'll check your butthole again. And here come my Catholics. Here come my Catholics right there. But no, bro, the last time I went to the Vatican, because, why would you go to the Vatican? It's a beautiful place. You need to go to the Vatican. I mean, it's there. Go in there, give them some money. You should see it. And I love art. But it's heavy security. Dudes standing around it, they're out there with Uzis. Yeah. They're literally, the Vatican is their own country. They are a sovereign empire. And whatever. Don't at me. But here's another story that goes right in the face of old Pope Francis. 8% of illegal migrants who made it to countries in the European Union in 2022 were women. They were predominantly coming from the Middle East and Northeast African nations. I don't know if you know much about the Middle East and Northeast Africa nations. 8% were women. Now, let's do a little biology quiz. I would ask Kevin Sorbo if he were here. If you subtract 8 from 100, because 100% is all you can have, you get 92. Now, the last time I checked, unlike the fantasy land some people out there try to live in, there's only 2 genders. There's male and there's female. So if 8% were women, you subtract that from 100, which again, that's all you can have, 92% were men. That's not immigration. That's invasion. You can not like that word all you want, but when you have fighting age, military aged men, 92% of those coming to the European Union in 2022 from the Middle East and Northeast African nations, you have a problem. Oh, they're coming there for jobs, right? Yeah, to take yours and to sex your women. They're going to basically take everything. Let me ask you guys a question. It's coming to America, too. It's already happening here in America. Let me ask you a question about these illegals that are crossing the border. Do you like your stuff? Do you? I mean, you paid a lot for your stuff. Do you like your family? Do you like your property? Do you like your wives? Well, there are people coming across the border that like all that, too. The difference is they don't want to invest what you invested to have it. They want to take it from you. Now, let's just say, all these good, well-intended people who are just coming up here to mow all the damn grass, right? That's according to Nancy Pelosi. Don't say, those aren't my words. Don't call me the bigot. Nancy said they can't cut the grass in Honduras, so they're coming up here. They're fresh out of fields to mow. And climate change is the fault for that. You can't make this shit up. Literally, Nancy said that. Nancy said it's because of climate change. They don't have fields to mow anymore, so they're coming to America. I feel good. They're coming to take your stuff. Now, let's say it's only 10% of them. Let's say 1%. How many percents does it take to come take your stuff? Well, all they got to do is decide to do it, and then they can come do it. So you are steadily being displaced. Now, with a lot of pushback, I've said forever that if there's a story. By the way, oddly enough, Glenn had Spencer Klavan on the show this morning. Spencer Klavan, Andrew Klavan's son. Spencer Klavan has written an incredible book about Western civilization. I listened to the audiobook of it. And he's got a great story. Mentioned this on Glenn's show this morning. So if you missed it, I'll give you the little rehash about an ancient emperor, kind of around the Roman Empire time, who he purposefully made his young boys in the region, in his nation, if you will, effeminate, like shaved off all the masculine edges. Made sure that they were raised like women. They were educated like girls. They were treated like girls. They were taught to have more delicate sensitivities and sophistries and be a little more sophisticated like women, and just a little more dainty. The reason he did that is because he didn't want masculine men to be able to take over what he had built in his empire. Okay, this is a historical fact. You can go read about it, look this up. He looked it up. The problem is what happens when you get invaded. There's no men there to fight for the country. So here we are. We've created a whole world of beta soy cuck boys scared to death of masculinity. What was the thing we talked about a couple of weeks ago where they said, big, strong guys that like to hunt, like to fish, and do things that traditionally guys like to do, they tend to be conservative, extreme right-wingers. Well, no shit. Ain't that funny how you could just deduct that? So if you're not they want you to be beta cuck. They want you to be soft and soy. They want you to sit in the back row. They want you to be the guy that walks behind your vagina hat wearing, Me Too loving woman in the parade, dressed like a full-blown vagina yourself as an outward expression of what we already knew you were on the inside all along. A pussy. They want you to be that. Here's the problem. When your country gets invaded and, hey, our country is being invaded, just like the European Union said, only 8% coming in were women, 92% were men. You got a freaking problem when you got a bunch of soy out there who are taking, I don't know, Western Elizabeth or some kind of Elizabethan poetry class in college, and they're coming out with a degree in philosophy, and they're, getting pissed off at the girl behind the counter at the Starbucks for messing up his latte. We're in a lot of freaking trouble, guys, and they did it all on purpose.